What's up everyone? Welcome back to Manosphere Daily. In today's video we're diving into a hot topic. Modern women attacking men for going their own way. The men are done dating star. Are men really done with the dating game, or is something bigger at play here? We're breaking it all down for you, so make sure to stick around till the end. Before we get into it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. And if you think this video could spark some interesting conversations, share it with your friends and family. Let's get into it.
I think without them realizing, I think the real thing that they find attractive in women is a woman who is incredibly nurturing. I think no matter how self-sufficient and how masculine a man is, but when a woman takes care or predicts his needs before he says it, he can't help but melt. So if she knows he might be hungry and there's something ready, if she knows that he might be tired, there's a coffee ready, if she knows that he's got work in the morning, he's going to be in a rush, there's a shirt ironed, these kind of nurturing acts makes a man feel loved. And I don't think they realize it because they're so conditioned to not expect that from women anymore and see that as oppressive and see that as toxic. They're just like, oh no, I don't even expect that. But when they receive it, they act like babies, like just received an opened present. They're like, oh, coffee for me? Like, you know, you did that for me? And it's like, oh yeah. And I think they don't realize that that is actually their universal love language.
I see what you're getting at. So basically you're saying a guy is all tough and rugged, but when he comes home to a freshly brewed coffee or a perfectly ironed shirt, he goes from Mr. Independent to she gets me? It's like he's suddenly a puppy who's been given a treat and he's all, oh my god, you really thought about me? Like, dude, you don't even know how deep this nurturing game goes, but you're already hooked. It's funny how something so small can totally melt someone, especially when they've been conditioned to not expect it. I imagine they're kind of like, wait, did I ask for this? No. But do I need it? Yes, I do. It's like their inner caveman gets a little confused but also really happy. You've totally unlocked the love language without even needing to say a word. Wouldn't be surprised if after a few more acts of care, they start to whisper, thank you my sweet caretaker, in their head while they sip that coffee like it's the nectar of the gods.
Are you no longer attracted to men?
No, because the attraction, I'm a sapiosexual. I'm a sapiosexual and I'm a demisexual. If you're not sure what a demisexual is, that's somebody that is only sexually attracted to somebody based on a deep emotional connection. So I need a deep emotional connection and I need someone who is intelligent. Men are incapable of both of those things. I have outgrown the quote unquote intelligence of a male because their intelligence that I perceived as intelligence is no longer intelligence. It's cookie cutter. They can't tell the truth. They can't bow down to actual wisdom, right? It's all about power for men. It's not about anything that is remotely good for humanity or anybody else. It's all selfish. And unfortunately, that's a major turnoff to me. What I was attracted to in men was this idea that they were these great leaders, right? That because I like people like General Patton. I like well put together people, well put together, well disciplined, right? But not only discipline, you got to have some humanity about yourself, right? You got to be about equity. The male is just not that. General Patton and people like that, they are exceptions to the rule. The average male is nowhere near the exception to the rule, and I just can't get with it.
So you're saying you're really into the whole intellect meets emotional depth vibe, right? Basically, you're a connoisseur of the mind and spirit, and you're just not here for any cookie cutter, power hungry, I'm a man of mystery and dominance nonsense. I get it. It's like you're looking for the perfect combo of deep thinker and humanitarian hero, but with a side of emotional maturity. And let's be real, finding that in the average dude feels a little like searching for a unicorn in a haystack. You're over the tough guy act that comes with the shiny package of power and ego. No more pretending to be attracted to the I'm a leader, I'm strong, I'm mysterious types who are more concerned with flexing than reflecting. What you're looking for is the kind of guy who's like, yeah, I'm disciplined, but I also cry when I see a puppy's sad face and I'm into changing the world for the better. Basically, you want someone who could talk philosophy and still hold the door open for a grandma. But here's the real kicker. Your average guy thinks he's the smartest in the room just because he can quote a few lines from a movie or has a nice car. Meanwhile, you're over here like, okay, but can you feel the humanity in your bones and recognize that life is more than your Instagram feed? It's almost like they're playing checkers and you're over here thinking 3D chess, but the pieces are feelings and wisdom. You need someone who doesn't just know about power, but who also knows compassion is the real flex. Otherwise, yeah, it's basically like trying to get jazzed over a cookie-cutter action figure when you've been longing for a character study. I love it, your standards are refreshingly high. You've definitely outgrown those simple, surface-level attractions. You're playing in a whole other league now.
I want you guys to know that when you have a man who knows
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear, that my mind fills up into a creature, and it haunts me somewhere much deeper. Anxiety, filling up every space, no privacy, and silently it could
a man who's healed.
3. Okay, so let me get this straight. You're saying dating a guy who's got his life together will leave you over here like, wait, do I even know who I am without constantly doing stuff for you? He's over here like, I've got this, while you're just trying to figure out how to stop being the one who irons his shirts, packs his lunch, and makes sure he's got snacks for the road. You're like, hey, wait a minute, I was planning on building my worth on being your personal assistant. But here's the twist, this guy doesn't need you to be his emotional crutch. He's already doing that whole self-worth thing without you, and now you're left with the existential dilemma of, well, what's my role now? Suddenly, you're not just his cheerleader, you're being called to level up. And that's terrifying. It's like he's showing up to the relationship with a full plate, and you're like, wait, I wasn't expecting a grown man who doesn't need me to solve his problems or validate him. What do I do with myself now? You've got to confront all those insecurities that were hiding under your self-appointed superhero cape. He's not expecting you to be his source of validation, so now it's time to figure out who you are outside of what you can do for someone else. It's basically like signing up for a spa day, but instead of relaxation, you're being handed an emotional mirror and told, time to look at all that stuff you've been avoiding. It's deep, it's uncomfortable, and honestly, it might be the best and scariest growth experience ever. But hey, if you survive, you're probably going to be a whole different person on the other side, ready to take on the world and maybe even iron your own shirts.
I do not mean this in a pick-me type of way, but ladies, chill out on your man. Go let him be a man and do him. Go let him be out with his homies and leave him alone. Let him live his best life. You shouldn't have to question his loyalty or his integrity when you're not around. If that's the case, you shouldn't even be investing yourself in him in the first place. Because one thing about it, when I want to go out with my girls and do me or have my alone time, please don't be blowing my phone up asking what I'm doing, where I'm at, who I'm with. Absolutely not. Successful relationships have an established trust. Successful relationships require both parties to be secure within themselves to be able to come together as one and accept that your partner or your spouse has his or her own life outside of you. Like I said, if you have to question what they're doing when you're not around, shouldn't even be with them in the first place.
Okay, so you're basically saying, ladies, chill out and let your man live. You're over here giving the ultimate advice. Let him hang with his homies, go do his thing, and live his best life. No phone blowing up with, where are you? Who you with? What are you doing? Because, let's be real, if you have to ask those questions, something's already off, right? It's like turning into a full-time investigator just because he wants to go grab wings with the guys. And honestly, it's hilarious how you're like, when I want my alone time, don't be calling me every 5 minutes wondering where I am. Like you've got your own life to live and he's got his. If both of you can't handle the idea of being separate for a little bit, then what's even the point? It's like being in a relationship but acting like you're both glued together 24/7, and let's be real, no one wants that. You've got your girl time, he's got his guy time, and that's how you build a healthy relationship. And here's the kicker. If you're constantly second-guessing your partner's loyalty when they're not around, you might want to rethink that relationship altogether. I mean, if you're out here in a constant state of panic every time he steps out the door, that's just too much emotional baggage to carry around. It's like trying to pack for a weekend trip but stuffing your suitcase with 10 sweaters and a bag of bricks. Ain't gonna fit. So, the moral of the story is, trust the person you're with, give them their space, and keep your phone on silent when you're out doing your own thing. Let him be a man, and you do you, because relationships work best when there's room for both people to breathe. Alright folks, that wraps up today's video on modern women attacking men for going their own way. The men are done dating. What do you think? Are men really stepping away from dating, or is this just another chapter in the ongoing battle of the sexes? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to Manosphere Daily, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And hey, if you think your friends or family need to hear this, share the channel with them. Let's keep the conversation going and keep it real. Catch you in the next one.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.